This holiday park is located just above Christchurch Airport. Make sure you book in advance as it's popular with tourists flying in and out of Christchurch Airport. Tourists often choose this park as their first or last stop prior to returning their rental camper vans at the airport. This location also has several nearby Caravan repair shops, so Caravan owners often stay here prior to getting repairs and upgrades done in Christchurch. This park has many activities for children, including a pool, a jumping air pillow, a playground, trampoline, and also pedal carts that you can rent for $7 for 30 minutes or $10 for an hour. The swimming pool was closed for winter and was undergoing renovations when I stayed. There are barbecue areas and picnic tables for guests to use. It's a family park, so no alcoholic drinks can be consumed in the communal barbecue areas, and parties and drunk behaviour are not permitted here. You can rent bikes if you want to get out and explore the area, and there's a nice public park nearby with great views of the Southern Alps, so I'll show that in my photos at the end of the video. Getting there is easy, just turn off State Highway 1 onto Sawyers Arms Road. The reception lady was welcoming, and guests are given a helpful park map showing where their site is and where the facilities are. Checkout is the standard 10 AM and you can check in after 2 PM. The reception office is open 9 until 5:30 every day in winter, and the hours are slightly longer during the busier summer period. Prices are reasonable for a city campsite. At the time I stayed in winter, the rate was $30 per night for a powered campsite, and that's per site, not per person, so if you were travelling as a family with 2 adults and 2 kids, it would still be the same. I stayed 3 weeks altogether, and as a New Zealand Motor Caravan Association member, I was given a 20% discount for booking 4 or more nights, which took my cost down to $24 per night. Showers are free, and Wi-Fi is free, as I said, so you don't have to pay extra for those. Note that holiday parks in New Zealand tend to put their prices up over summer, so I don't know what their summer rates will be like. Non-powered sites are much cheaper, only $20 per night at the time I stayed there, and again New Zealand Motor Caravan Association members get 20% off for booking 4 or more nights. This is a really good rate for non-powered, as I find a lot of holiday parks in New Zealand charge only $2 less for a powered site, whereas this park makes it worth switching to solar to save a bit of money for a non-powered site. If I book here again next year, I'll book an unpowered site instead. You can book and pay online in advance, which is a good idea during the busy summer months. Alternatively, you can book via email and they can email their bank details to you, so you can pay in advance via online banking. You can also pay using a bank card on arrival at reception. Pets. I saw plenty of people with dogs, and there's a lot of cats around too. There's a dog that lives in the park, and she's a friendly older dog that helps the groundsmen with their chores. Recycling is located at regular places throughout the park, with separate bins for glass and cans, etc. North-South provides free Wi-Fi to guests staying in the park, which is great. It's the first holiday park I've stayed in that provides free Wi-Fi. Most caravan parks in New Zealand do not offer free Wi-Fi, and guests are expected to pay extra for it, so this is a nice change. Their free Wi-Fi is a bit slow though. I use my own Wireless Nation internet modem, and wireless coverage in this area is very good. The wireless internet speed was much faster than the park's free Wi-Fi. Noise. It's very close to Christchurch Airport, so you would definitely hear the planes flying overhead as they land and take off. The last plane departs at midnight at night. It's also close to the highway, so you'll hear trucks, emergency sirens, and on weekend nights you'll also hear bogans racing each other on the highway. This park has bunk rooms that can be rented to sport teams and tour groups and school camps, so you do need to be aware that there will be noisy groups of school kids staying in those bunk rooms. You can see in this photo all the supplies that a school group have left in the kitchen. If you're parked opposite the pool and playground, there will also be a lot of noise from kids playing. Kids also are noisy when they're playing on those popular pedal carts that you'll see driving around the roads a lot. And incidentally, just make sure that you drive really slowly around this park because those pedal carts are all over the roads. Because it's a city park, you'll hear the usual city noises like stray cats fighting at night. One of the long-termers feeds the stray cats, and so there's a large number of stray cats around this park, and I could hear cats fighting sometimes at 2 AM. The park has a mixture of long-termers and short-term holiday guests, but the long-termers seem to be retired people rather than the long-term welfare beneficiaries that some parks in New Zealand have. Showers are free, and there's a timer that cuts the hot water off after 6 minutes. In the older shower block, there's no option to set the temperature, so it's just a button that you push to switch the shower on, and the temperature is preset. I found the water a bit too hot for washing my hair, so after that I used the newer shower block. The annoying thing about the 6-minute timed showers is that normally I take showers that are about 2 to 3 minutes, so having it timed where it can't be switched off for 6 minutes just wastes hot water and power. The newer shower block is really nice, and it's equipped with a baby changing table for families. The newer block has a shower mixer tap, so you can choose your own temperature and you can switch it off after a few minutes if you don't want to use the full 6 minutes. They also have heaters on in both shower blocks during winter, which is a really nice touch because most holiday parks in New Zealand don't have this, and the bathrooms get freezing cold in winter, so it was great to see a place that offers heaters in the bathrooms. There are 2 laundry rooms. One has older machines that are $3 for a cold wash, and in the other laundry room they have new Speed Queen machines that are $4 per wash, and you can choose warm hot for the $4 price. The newer dryers are $2 for 30 minutes. The park has plenty of washing lines, so you can save money using the washing lines instead of the dryer. There are 2 kitchens, and both have communal fridges for guests to use, as well as kettles, toasters, microwaves and dish racks, and there's tables and chairs in both kitchens, and there's a TV there as well. My powered site had a power outlet and a fresh water tap to share with others. Water is potable in Christchurch, so I filled my water jug straight out of the freshwater tap. There's no grey water drain on each site, so you do need to take your grey water to the dump station. The first 2 nights I stayed there, the site that I was on, which was site 20, had a gravel section to park the caravan on, so you don't have to worry about getting stuck in mud in winter time if you're parking here over winter. Each site gets its own picnic table and a concrete platform to step on when exiting the caravan, which is great because you don't have to worry about getting all that mud in your caravan. There's also a privacy hedge at the back of the site. The site was nice and level, so I didn't have to worry about using ramps. However, I asked to change sites after 2 nights and moved over to a grass site that's near the other communal facilities. I didn't like staying on my original site because there's hardly any space between the caravans, and the guy next to me would stand outside my caravan and talk loudly on his phone for 3 hours at a time. He worked as a taxi driver, so I'd hear him driving around all night and slamming doors and making so much noise, and I asked the holiday park if I could move due to the lack of sleep. Also, the people on the other side of me had parked the wrong way around, so their door opened up onto my site, and they'd tied their aggressive dog onto my picnic table, which gave me a huge fright when I opened my caravan door and an aggressive dog rushed at me. That's the first time I've seen someone tie their dog onto my site, and because it was aggressive, it was a really frightening experience to open the door and have that. I've been bitten by that exact breed in the past, so I didn't like that. Another problem with having sites so close together is that they're quite difficult to reverse onto. The guy who talked on his phone constantly also had parked his car so close to my site that I had difficulty reversing in, and the lady at reception did nothing when I spoke to her about that problem and didn't allow me to change sites at the time when I'd asked, even though the grass sites were empty when I inquired about it. Thankfully there was a kind man who showed up, and I think he's a long-termer there. He offered to help me reverse into the space. Kind people like him make such a difference in situations like this, because it would have been stressful if he hadn't come along and helped me. After I'd complained about the problems with the noisy man and the dog on the other side, the holiday park manager let me change sites for the remaining 3 weeks, and the grassy sections were much better and quieter, so I was much happier there. Something I didn't particularly like about this park are these speed bumps at the entrance. There are 3 speed bumps at the entrance, and they're poorly made and too high in some parts. It caused a strong jolt when my caravan wheels went over it, even at slow speed. I think the reason why they have such overly dramatic high speed bumps is because of the boy racer problem in this area. But the speed bumps damage caravan wheels, suspension, electrical wiring, and can crack your skylights, so I don't think this is a good solution to this problem, and I think that they should be replaced with a gate at the front instead, like the one that Waikuku Beach Holiday Park uses. Near the holiday park is a park called Roto Kohatu that has beautiful views of the Southern Alps. In summer the lake is used for jet ski sports. There's also a BMX track in that park. And if you like animals, a short distance from the holiday park is Willowbank Wildlife Reserve. It's very popular with children in Christchurch. There are plenty of supermarkets in this area, and there's a Raywood Fresh within walking distance. It sells fruit, vegetables, cheese, meat and wine, and there's a cafe at Raywood Fresh as well. There's a Bunnings nearby for DIY goods if you need to repair something. I had lunch at Strange Bandit, which is nearby. It has great reviews if you're looking for a nice place for lunch, but you do need to book in advance because it's popular. There is a Z petrol station outside the holiday park, and it's open 24/7 if you need to buy milk and supplies. There's also a Burger King there too if you're into junk food. Happy camping! See you on the road. Bye!